though, if this is a huge story, but it's definitely something. With their latest victory, Che and company have officially clinched the division.
Don't be a downer, Hank. That's great news.
It's certainly not bad, but I'm on record as saying the division doesn't matter.
Wrong. It matters big time, Hank.
All right, look, I'm not going to get into this again, especially when we've got a fun segment coming up that you could be getting into instead.
Ooh, what could that be?
Power rankings, yeah. We're going to talk about the biggest risers and fallers this week as we tackle the Western Conference.
Into it.
Yep, that's coming up next after the break. More Hank and the Hornet in a few.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey there, sports fans. Tonight, we'll see the Orlando Magic squaring off against the Houston Rockets. The Rockets have to feel pretty good about their recent play. It's been a fantastic season for them, and this could be one of its most memorable nights, as a win here gives them the best record in the league. A lot of rookies to like in this year's class, but Shaq, at this point, the favorite for Rookie of the Year has to be Che.
Yeah, there's a lot of time left. Young players develop at different speeds. But if I had to vote tomorrow, I'd cast my ballet for Shea.
Well,
Che.
Same thing,
but he was trying to rhyme.
Well, Che also rhymes with ballet.
That is true. But it didn't
Doesn't
flow.
have to be Shea.
Could have flowed.
Shea. I can't say my CHs. Like if it was a train was coming, it'd be shoo, shoo. Give me that shoo, shoo.
Well,
Go ahead, Kenny.
you know what?
Get me out of this.
You think about guys like Zion Williamson,
Yeah.
Nasir Little, R.J. Barrett. They mature, but Che, he's the hot name right now. He's hot. He's the hot name.
Was that Shea or Che?
Kind of like Luka Doncic was last year.
Doncic. Man, you guys and your CHs.
Luka like Doncic.
Heck, guys, going
Luka
on.
Doncic.
It's never easy to win on the road in the NBA, and by the look in the eyes of the Orlando Magic players, they know they've got a job ahead of them. And the game arrivals sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. The famous We Love Houston sign just off Interstate 10. We're coming to you from the Toyota Center in the biggest city in the Lone Star State. Hello and thanks for joining us on Noche La NBA, the NBA's celebration of Latin heritage, both among its players and fans. Kevin Harlan here, joined by our analyst Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. Plus, reporting from the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And here's a look at some numbers for Che.
And you can see how much his playmaking has improved in the past month. He's a different passer than he had been in the earlier part of the season. I'm sure his teammates love playing with him at the moment.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, Chase picked up steam for Rookie of the Year. He wasn't a popular pick before the season started, but he's been a pleasant surprise for this team. There's still a long road ahead. We'll see how the rest of this year goes. Guys?
We have a lot of time left. David, thank you so much. Greg, Che is off to a great start.
For Che, I think it's all about fighting through the rookie wall, maintaining the production through April. If he can do that, he's certainly in the mix.
A look at the Magic starting group. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Fultz and Ross pair up to make the backcourt. And it's Isaac in at the 3 slot. And for the Rockets, Tucker and Capella are up front. Gordon is out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Che at the 3, the small forward.
And the Magic, one of those franchises that's still looking for its first title.
And Greg, they've been to the NBA Finals twice, but boy, did they run up against two of the all-time great individual closers in history. 1995, Hakeem Olajuwon says no to the Magic. 2009, the Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant, says, no, sir, I'm getting another championship.
And a career high in scoring, Doris, for Terrence Ross last season.
Boy, he thrived in the instant offense role off the bench. This guy unleashed into an aggressive, assertive, shot-hunting scorer. What a season he had.
That free throw good from Ross. Well, tonight's game will break a winning streak, Doris, for one of these teams.
I think something that has contributed to the great streaks for both of them is they have played really good basketball on both sides of the ball. In the NBA today, you can't be a great offensive team and not give it up on the defensive end. This is one of the most highly anticipated regular season matchups we have had all year.
Now here's Che, and the bank shot is good.
I'll tell you, around the basket, Che has got such a good nose for putting it in the bucket.
Here's Fultz. Pass to Ross. That's tipped. And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession. About a minute played so far here in the first. Here's Gordon. The Rockets pull it in. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
It came down to execution. No wasted possessions, and that is absolutely essential trying to win on the road.
Capella with the bucket.
You know, you get the sense this guy, the 4 years of college ball helped. He plays at his pace, and he does it with such calm.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Fultz, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Shea, no good. Isaac with the ball. Now guarded by Jay. And there's the pass to Fultz. He kicks to Ross. Pocket 6. For the three. Doesn't go that time. And Houston the other way. On the wing, Che. Guarded by Fultz. Lays it up and banks it in.
Well, credit Che's focus, right? He gets hit on the play, no whistle. Some guys would have stopped to complain.
Fultz looking around. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Out to the right wing, Isaac. The basket good off the assist from Fultz.
And you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their fourth shot of the game.
Che passes to Tucker. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Talk about hitting the ground running. 4 for 5 to start.
Pass to Ross. Now here's Vucevic. And that one drops for him.
Well, Vucevic at his best. A reliable interior scorer. Great size, great touch.
Passes to Fultz. Dishes it to Vucevic. Now here's Isaac. Covered by Che. Fultz, no good. For Houston, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Here's Charles. Again, the Rockets score. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Now here's Fultz. He's guarded closely. Ross against Gordon. Gordon kicks to Fultz. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Westbrook. Fultz, no good. Rockets leading by 3. Shea dishes to Tucker. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here. Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook. The good-looking shot from the wing. And it's Fultz with the ball for the Magic. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
And what an outstanding win it was. I mean, to get it the way they did in overtime made it that much sweeter.
You know, they came in as the underdog here. Very low expectations, could play without pressure, and clearly that worked.
Now here's Westbrook. 8 points his last outing.
Well, that's what you call an intimidating finish. Tucker's explosive leaping ability on full display, guys.
The Magic trail by 7. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And it's Eric Gordon with the foul. That's his first foul. So for the Rockets, Jerebko comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Green in for Gordon. And a switcher also for Orlando. Evan Fournier's checked in for Ross. 6 to shoot. Pass to Vucevic. Launches a 3. Drills it from outside. Vucevic has got 5 points so far.
Well, what anticipation from the Montenegrin center. Vucevic reading the defense well on the catch and shoot. Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Orlando, they've gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. Inside, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Well, Markelle Fultz continues to develop his floor awareness. Passes like that will create all kinds of chemistry.
Westbrook. Rebound by the Magic. And now Isaac running the floor all by himself. Finished off the break. 7 points in the game.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
Westbrook passes to Shea. Lets it go from 14. And Vucevic pulls it down.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
Isaac kicks to Vucevic. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. High post try, and he hits the jump shot.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
Now here's Fultz. He's covered by Westbrook. To the middle. Here's Vucevic. It's good.
Well, there's a certain strength that Vucevic possesses, so he can play through the contact and still score. That's nice.
Shea passes to Jerebko. Back to Shea. Good. Nice job down low.
He is getting it done on the offensive end. 5 buckets through 7 shots.
Fultz with the ball. What a tremendous game he played against Minnesota. Magic moving the ball around. Now here's Isaac. Covered by Shea. Fournier's shot is off. Rockets leading by 4. On deep, Shea. That one is good again. He's 6 straight from the floor with the basket.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here.
Boy, when you look back on Russell Westbrook's career, the athleticism at the point guard position, borderline absurd. The power, the speed with which he moves on the floor, boy, you just don't see it that consistently.
Ken Burge is checked in for Houston. Rivers comes in for Russell Westbrook. Orlando also making some changes. Ahmed Bamba, he's checked in for Gordon. Cephalosha comes in for Jonathan Isaac. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Markelle Fultz. The Magic again can't hit. And with Westbrook and his elite athleticism, Doris, it can be seen in his great statistics.
Well, you don't average 30 points a game in the NBA unless you can absolutely blow past defenders like Russell Westbrook. Gosh, the strength in his legs allows him to fight for rebounds. He is so...
Only 5 on the floor. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Gordon's checked in for Vucevic. Jonathan Isaac comes in for Cephalosha. Ross is checked in for Fournier. And Markelle Fultz is subbed in for Augustine.
There's a versatility to young Mr. Jonathan Isaac, a big man with range for days. He is going to space the floor for you.
On the court for Orlando, Fultz and Ross pair up to make the backcourt. Gordon and Baba, the combo inside. And it's Isaac in at the 3. Shea kicks to Westbrook. Good, and the assist goes to Shea. Shea's got 4 assists in the game.
Well, Russell Westbrook, he's not super efficient from 3, but if you give one, he's going to give it right back.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Shea in the last game against the Hornets was outstanding. He contributed 51 points and seemed to pick apart the defense all night with a ton of assists. He put up great numbers in a terrific effort. It's not a game that anyone wanted to miss, and they'll be looking for a repeat performance tonight, Kevin.
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
Well, when you're coming off a game like he had, you know the difference tonight. They're going to load up against him. They're going to try to take him out of his rhythm early.
Over to the wing. Here's Fultz. Back to Isaac. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. A chance here to rank the top rookies in the NBA. The race for the Rookie of the Year. How about these guys? Oh, what a group. You look at Shea. All season long, he has proven again and again that he's the cream of the crop. He's in the top spot right now, and the hard work could be his.
And there's no more deserving candidate. Any other outcome than him lifting that Rookie of the Year trophy, and I'd be shocked.
It's got to be him, Greg. In a season where we have a ton of worthy candidates, he has been the most outstanding by far.
Ross kicks to Isaac. No good from outside.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game. And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And here's Fultz. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. The pass to Ross. Shot to stop the run. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Doris, this game always evolving. Fascinating to see the players who drive that change with their unique talents find a way to do things different.
Well, probably 2 guys currently that have revolutionized the way the game is played. Stephen Curry, with the incredible range he has on his three-point shooting. You've got to guard him as soon as he crosses the half-court line. And honestly, if the goal would be good from the other side of the half-court, he'd probably push it to out there. And James Harden, so prolific at drawing fouls. It might be maddening to the fans of opposing teams, but James Harden has led the NBA or been at the top of the free throw attempts list for years now.
Great examples. He hits the second from the line.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Shea inside. He's covered by Isaac. Shea outside. Back to Tucker. Good. And it's Shea picking up the assist. Shea's got his 6th assist on the night. The Magic trail by 8. Now Fultz. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Westbrook with the block.
Oh my goodness, Russell Westbrook twice on the pipe sends that shot back. My goodness.
We're beginning to take charge of this game. This could be a crucial point.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
You know, you think back to the history of players in the NBA and who can match up to the intensity of Russell Westbrook. This guy goes full speed, 100% every second he's on the floor, and regardless of how you rate Westbrook, you have got to admire what he brings nightly.
No good from Ross.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And stolen by Shea. Here we go with Gordon. Nobody back.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And Doris with Westbrook, that competitive fire and edge he plays with can rub some opponents the wrong way.
It can, Kevin, and to be honest, Russell Westbrook probably wants it exactly that way. He's beloved by so many retired players because to them he brings that old school NBA mentality.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Fultz dishes to Bamba. Here's Isaac. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. Tucker with the ball. He's against Gordon. Shea passes to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their play.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
Pass to Isaac. Now here's Ross. By Shea. It's good, and the Rocket lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Ross.
You have to know when to simply catch and shoot, and it serves Terrence Ross very well that time.
And Shea throws it down.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, our man is going for the jugular.
Outside Gordon. Off target from three-point range. And it's Fultz with the ball for the Magic. Passes it to Bamba. Just 5 to shoot. Now here's Fultz. Guarded closer.
He's so frustrated. Hasn't had a make all game. It's making it very difficult for them to find any success.
Shea kicks to Westbrook. Offensive rebound. And the dunk by Capella.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
No doubt. On the scoreboard, in the body language of the players, you can tell which team is in complete command.
Here's Gordon. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
Boy, no idea why he went with the fadeaway. Had a clean look at the basket.
Here's Shea, and Houston again with the bucket.
Well, there's more to basketball than threes and lay-ins. Shea doing work in the mid-range there.
There's a minute left now here in the second. Here's Fultz. Rockets with the rebound. Westbrook's got his 6th rebound on the night.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the fourth. Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Back to Fultz. Teardrop shot, and he sinks the layup. Fultz has got his first points of the game.
Well, this is what's evolving over time, right? Markelle Fultz running the pick and roll, such a precise play.
Pass to West. Shea outside. Now the pass to Capella. Gordon dishes to Shea. Kicks to Tucker. It's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession. Here's Charles. It's hauled in by the Magic.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just one pass more?
Shea, he's feeling it tonight, and he's been the driving force for Houston, setting up teammates and getting buckets. He is looking as determined as ever. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Well, Shea, your name is right in the middle of all this Rookie of the Year talk. So does that get you going in any way?
Oh, that absolutely fuels me, man. I keep hearing about the mythical rookie wall that's going to come and knock me on my rear. But if I get enough momentum, and just keep doing what I'm doing, whew, I'll run right through that wall.
Well, that is quite a metaphor. Good luck in the second half, guys.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Well, you look at Shea in this game, he has been everywhere.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points and close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Tucker and Capella are up front. Russell Westbrook out there with Gordon, and it's Charles in at the 3 spot. They're the group for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. Gordon finds Isaac. Now here's Fultz. He's covered by Westbrook. Fultz, no good.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Isaac passes to Gordon. His 3-pointers off the mark.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Charles, and it's sent back by Isaac.
Isaac using every bit of that 6'10" frame to send it back.
Gordon against Ross. In the corner, it's Westbrook.
Wow, another empty possession out of the gates. 0 for 4 in this half. Brutal.
Isaac kicks to Fultz. He dishes it to Vucevic. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Fultz has got his 4th assist in this one.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there. Well, obviously a rough start to the career of #1 pick Markelle Fultz. The shoulder injury sort of takes away his shooting ability when the Sixers trade him away. You're rooting for this young man to get back to his game. This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
The Magic trail by 19. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Vucevic. That misses off the backboard. And some have said, Doris, for Fultz, not just physical issues dogging him early on.
Well, I think you have to consider, Kevin, when you are the #1 overall pick, extraordinary pressure comes with that. So now with a new team, perhaps that fresh start gives Markelle Fultz an opportunity to showcase his big-time talent.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, for Nick Vucevic, there were some great firsts last season. His son Philip was born in December, and Dad made his first All-Star appearance. Nick is from a basketball family. He said, "I'll enjoy telling my son the stories, like my dad did with me. We'll see if he likes the game of basketball." I think he will. Kevin?
Well, DA, it's certainly in his genes. Thanks for that report. We hear this a lot, Doris. The great offense always beats great defense. Do you think that's true?
I do, Kevin. I think obviously a defender is usually in reactionary mode. It's the rare defender who is dictating to the offensive player what they want to happen. So imagine trying to impact LeBron James as he's playing in the open floor with a head of steam. Like, good luck with that.
Yeah. Doris, you and I love history. And we were talking the other day, you and I, about Bill Russell and his 11 championship rings. Do you think anyone's ever going to break that record?
I think it'll be close to impossible, Kevin. And the reason is, #1, there were so many fewer teams back then for Bill Russell. In no way diminishing the greatness of one of the game changers, both between the lines and outside the lines. Bill Russell will always be an historic figure. But it's very tough to compare eras. There's now 30 teams, nutrition, conditioning, coaching. There's just so much more information in the current era.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Shea passes to Westbrook. The Rockets with another miss.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
Here's Isaac. Gordon tried to break loose. Count that one from Isaac.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Shea dishes to House. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Drains it from beyond the arc. Westbrook's got 8.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Now here's Fultz. D right on him. And finished off by Fultz.
Well, this has to contribute to Markelle Fultz's confidence. Showing right there he can get through the defense.
Shea drives in. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Vucevic.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
Both shots good from the stripe.
You know, what's fascinating to me is 4-year players in college can have a great reputation because of the experience they gain, but they can also see their stock fall because they're not talented enough to go after just 1 or 2 years.
Now here's Fultz. He's got 7. The teardrop falls in. He's got 9.
You just can't allow Fultz to get around you. He's effective at using his handle to kind of maneuver around the defense.
Westbrook kicks to Shea. To the paint. Here's Birch. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Rockets have been good at the free throw. The Rockets have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
On the free throw, no good.
Well, they say the post-up big man is dead and gone in the NBA, but don't tell that to Nikola Vucevic, an offensive focal point, and he does some of his best work on that low block.
And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
Well, Nikola Vucevic can score against excellent defense. That is a good finish in close.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him. And you look at the footwork of Vucevic inside, his moves and counter moves, terrific.
Shades of Kevin McHale. And that's something he's continued to develop in the pros, a response to defenders who often surpass him athletically.
And the Rockets making a change here. Cabela's checked in. The Magic trail by 15. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Pass to Bamba. Back to Augustine. And it's blocked. And a wide open look for Shea. Connects from 3-point range. Shea's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Rockets. Rivers against Augustine. Passes it to Cephalosha. Back to Augustine. 5 on the clock. Over Jerebko. Shea with the block.
All effort on the rejection. Shea never short on hustle.
And Shea throws it down.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
Fournier's shot is off.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Rockets have gone 9 of 13 from the line. The Magic making a switch here. Ross is checked in. free throw off from Jerebko.
And thinking back to when Gerald Green first came into the league, oozing with athleticism, but really not much else. Now he's a completely different and better player than when he first arrived.
Shea outside. Here's Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
And I think, Greg, it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
Inside, here's Vucevic, and Vucevic throws it down.
And Kev, this is exactly what you expect from DJ Augustine. This is why coaching staffs love him. He makes everyone better.
A nice shot by Shea.
I'll tell you, right now, these guys cannot be stopped.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now. There's real synergy in play right now on the offensive end. The pass was right where it needed to be.
The Magic have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
I love, Kevin, that Terrence Ross is trying to affect the shot-making ability of his opponent. He can be a pesky defender.
And so it's Houston controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We come back right after this. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. The Magic trail by 20. So on the floor for Orlando, they've got Cephalosha. Mohamed Bamba is out there with Vucevic. Then there's DJ Augustine. And it's Ross in at the 2. And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for Houston. And Bamba pulls it down. Bamba's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Cephalosha, and the jam by Cephalosha.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Shea outside. A three-pointer is right on target. Shea's got 41.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it, Greg? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
6 on the shot clock. For the three-point line, it's Augustine. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting. Rockets leading by 19. Here's Charles. They get the rebound. Capella. Great D that time from Vucevic.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Up top, Ross. Defended by Jerebko.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the one.
Unbelievable. Wow, absolutely tremendous finish by Shea.
Of course, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people who were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
I remember it very well.
Incredible.
People look at that general manager position with the team. I think it grows with some organization, maybe shrinks in importance with others. But by and large, it is more stable than coaching, isn't it? That position of being a GM.
Yeah, and I think, Kevin, if you were to ask coaches, one of the things I've heard sort of thrown out there as an idea is when you list the head coach's record, why not list the GM's record as well? Because the reality is success in the NBA is contingent on so many things. What's your ownership like? What kind of front office personnel have they made great decisions? Do you have the best possible coaching comparative to the talent on your roster? So much contributes to winning, Kevin.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Down low. The dish to Gordon. Capella, the pass to Charles. Shoots over Isaac. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Westbrook with the steal. Pass to Charles. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Vucevic.
Well, this is part of his rise to being an NBA player. Shea does such a good job of drawing contact. And after attempting no free throws in the first half, now he's putting the defense back on its heels.
Fultz, he's checked in for Augustine. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Count that one from Isaac.
Don't you get the sense, guys, how scoring comes so natural and easy to Jonathan Isaac? Tough to stop when he's starting to cook.
Here's Shea, and it's sent back by Isaac. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon.
Gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Here's Shea.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And the foul called on Shea. That's foul number 2 for him. The Magic trail by 19. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. And here's what the Rockets' schedule looks like. On Tuesday, the Minnesota Timberwolves will come into town. And then on Thursday, they'll be facing off against DeMarcus Cousins and the Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh, my goodness. Look at that. Off the dribble, Shea can play at a high level.
Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Now, here's Fultz. He's covered by Westbrook. Isaac with the ball. Ross for 3. Rebounded by Capella.
He is just not taking smart shots out there. A pattern he has fallen into tonight.
And it's sent back by Isaac. Remember the time, Doris, when it was rare to see stars changing teams? Now we read about it every day.
No question, Kevin. Think back to my formative years watching the NBA as a fan. Larry Bird was a Boston Celtic. Magic Johnson was a Los Angeles Laker. The trend in today's NBA is that shorter player contracts, more player control over where they want to be. And the reality is this, Kevin, at some point, free agency entered the equation. It's appropriate, it's fair, they've earned the right to choose where they play.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. They get Russell Westbrook.
And Fultz doesn't fear physical contact. I think that's what makes him special. When he's knifing to the rack, he's ready to take on the hit from the defense.
And he's good on the second. Rockets leading by 22. To the inside. And Capella the bucket on the assist by Shea. Shea's got his assist totals piling up. 11 now for him. Inside, Isaac. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Well, offensively, this guy has been cooking. They're definitely not losing because of him.
Shea, no good.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
Ross against Gordon. And stolen by Shea. It's tipped. Capella kicks to Shea. And the pass to Gordon. Shea outside. Shot clock at 6. Capella dishes to Shea. Pass to Westbrook. over Fultz. They get it back. Capella. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And he makes the first. We're seeing some great shooters with length, tall players shooting from outside. That seems to be the rage right now. But when you look in your crystal ball, Doris, what might be the next player trend in the NBA?
So we saw the evolution of big men as three-point shooters, men being able to enter the league as sort of back to the basket, consistent rebounding forces out of the post, now stepping away and becoming threats as face-up scorers. To me, one of the most intriguing young players in the league right now is Nikola Jokic. Here's a 7-foot guy who is a tremendous playmaker. His instinct is to pass more than it is to score. So you wonder, is that the next evolution of big men? And then the other thing, Kevin, you are starting to see offensive rebounding went away as a focal point of teams in the NBA. You are starting to see teams go back after the offensive glass. Does that continue?
Second chance is a big statistic, isn't it?
It is.
Here's Vucevic. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
Well, this is about the stellar interior game of Nikola Vucevic. Defender in his grill, no problem.
Shea outside. And he knocks down the first one. Houston with a big group substitution here. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Emmanuel House comes in for P.J. Tucker. McLemore's checked in for Eric Gordon. And it's Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. Williams Goss, the pass to Awundu. He kicks it to Carter Williams. Down low, pass to Williams Goss. Over Rivers. Shea with the block. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Jonas Jerebko's checked in for the Rockets. In basketball, like many sports, you can call some kind of penalty on almost every play. So with that in mind, where do we draw that line?
I would say that most coaches and most players would say as long as there's consistency with officiating, they can adapt to the way the game is being called. As fans, as broadcasters, what we want to see the game remain free-flowing, fluid, pretty, the ability to move and cut and not be impeded in your progress. That's what I want to see.
And we see that most nights.
No doubt.
Fultz dishes to Vucevic. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Fultz has got 6 assists now in the game.
Now, this guy is a crafty scorer. If Vucevic starts to cook, fellas, look out.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Rockets.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And for the year now, they'll have 52 wins under the belt.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Jay.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
Carter Williams, he's checked in for Orlando. Pass to Vucevic. Vucevic gets double-teamed. Fades back. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness. Boy, defense nowhere to be found, and neither was his shot at that time.
To the middle. And the layup's good off the glass.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
And they double up Jay. Here's Jerebko. Got it. Good job in the low post.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
And it's Carter Williams, that time on the assist by Vucevic.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
So we see Houston taking the W here, and the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a... It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that about wraps it up. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
And we welcome you back. I'm Ernie Johnson. We got Shaq here. We got Kenny here. With
Hey, this is the Jet here, man. Your fingerprints was all over the game, particularly on the offensive end. What weren't they doing defensively that allowed you to take over?
We just wanted to stay flexible instead of forcing things. We wanted to take what the defense gave us. When I didn't have a shot, I tried to make the smart, simple pass. I mean, we have so many great scorers on this roster, man. The last thing our team needs is me taking air out of the ball.
Well, you didn't take it out the ball, you just took it out the net.